Hi everyone. In our class or our online classroom right here where it says under project activity, I made you a very generic video about Access to tell you what Access is just from scratch. And then you're going to be moving into something for your assignment that's just a little bit more, has a lot more to it. Now, when you start out, I'm just going to warn you ahead of time on this assignment, when you start out, they're going to have you just setting stuff up. And this is data that you would have, in the workforce, you would have collected. So it would make more sense to you. But you're just going to be putting this together, just following instructions, and it'll all come together towards the end. Okay, so you're going to start Access by going down here, searching for it, unless you're on a different model of computer. We're going to click on a blank. There you go. And when I did, I accidentally clicked it twice. So I want to exit out of that. That's all right. Access. I'm going to click it once. Now this little window that comes open, you're going to name it PR-Arcadia Arts Inventory. And is it supposed to have a 6 in there, I think? Yeah, PR6. Okay, now over here where there's this little folder, it'll tell you where you could save stuff. So say if I went to our class and was to save it, then I hit create. When it comes open, what I have here is a table that's open. That's one of my objects. And remember, if you watched my video earlier, your other objects will be listed up over here, kind of like a table of contents. Here's your ribbon, just like you have in other Microsoft products such as Word, PowerPoint, Excel. And then here is where your object is while you're working on it. Now remember, over here is the list of your objects. Over here is you having it open and working on it. When you're done with it, you'll just go over here to the right there, and you'll exit out and it'll ask you to save it, but you can always access it from over here. Okay, let's get started. This table, you can simply click and add headings right here, but the easiest way is to go into what we call Design View up here at the top. And then we're going to name our table Arcadia Arts Organizations. Hit OK. Okay, now we're going to type organization ID. And then move the insertion point to the line below and type organization name. And press the down one and email address. Press tab and click hyperlink. And click the Close Arcadia Arts Organization button and click Yes to save the table. That button, you're probably looking everywhere, it's way over here. Aggravating. Do you want to save it? Yes. So what it does is it'll close it in this. Remember, this is all work area. And so if I open it up, notice the table comes open. And to close it, I close it here. Very simple. It's so simple, it's hard. Once your mind grasps ideas around it, you'll be all right. So I have a table that I have where it says organization ID. I can click on here and move it out a little bit so I can see it better. Oh, I misspelled something there. You probably have been screaming at the computer saying what? So I just simply go back over to the design view. What on earth? There, I think we got it. Okay, so then you go back over here, ask if you want to save. Yes, and you'll have to hit save so many stinking times, it's not even funny. So whenever I did this one, I can write in, and when I start writing in here, it automatically thinks it's an email. That's why we changed that field type to an email address. Let me go back over here and show you. See that hyperlink? That hyperlink is what is a link, and when you put it in there, it automatically makes it to where someone can click on it. Okay, so it looks like we can. Well, that table's done, and do you want to save it? Yeah. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create another table. Now this is the organizations. Now we're going to create it, I think, on products. Yeah. So we're going to create, and we're going to create a table. And notice what happened. See, the second one came up. We haven't named it yet. It'll ask us to here in a moment. So what I want to do is I want to come to the Home tab, and remember from my video earlier, this right here is where the magic happens. So I'm going to hit the Design view, and I'm going to name it. Hit OK, and then press as the table name, press Enter, type Product ID. Press down, and then the remaining field names as in 6-1. So we'll go to 6-1, and we've got product name. That's going to be short text, leave it like that. And then region. All we're doing right now, guys, is just setting up our headings on our columns, or field names if you want to get fancy. Category, that's short text. Organization name, units in stock, and unit price. Now, something that you'll learn for later, organization name, the other table we had earlier had that heading, and what's cool is we'll make a relationship between these two tables and start asking them questions about our data. It's really, really cool. Nerdy fun, nerdy fun. Okay, so see how you got all these? Now if you can't see the whole thing, just hover over that line right there until your cursor switches to like that. You click and hold, left hold, and you can scoot it out. Sometimes you can actually just double click on that line and it'll automatically do it for you. That's what's so cool about it. There you go. So I've got everything, looks nice and pretty. Now, if I click back and forth, just because it's highlighted does not mean what table I'm in. Just pay attention to that tab. That's what you're actually in. So this is the one we're in. It can be easy to get confused on which one you're in. Just always pay attention to which one's open by this. So I want to exit out of that and ask if I want to save it. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. So click the region data type list arrow, click the lookup wizard. Okay, so we're going to go back into our table, Arcadia Arts. We're going to go into our design view, and what they're talking about when they talk about data type is right here. You didn't have to close that out, you could have just went there. In the region data type list arrow, so here's the region, here's the data type, and there's the list arrow. You're going to hit the lookup wizard. You're going to type in, or you click I will type in the values I want. And it says to hit tab, it's just so you can get to this box. And you will put in Central America and the rest of what is in 6-2. And then we go ahead and click finish. Okay, now we're going to go down to the category data type right here. There's category, short text, data type, down arrow, and we're going to click and lookup wizard again. I will type in the values I want, just like we did the one before, and we're going to type in 6-3, which would be household, jewelry, art, and instrument. Okay. It's not how I pronounce it, that just sounded good for that. Okay, and hit finish. So we're good. Now we're going to go click the organization name data type list arrow. Okay, and we're going to click the lookup wizard. And then we're just going to, I want the lookup field to the values. Just go ahead and do that. And then you're going to click the Arcadia Arts Organizations table. You're going to click next. And here you have 3 fields. You're just going to click organization name, I believe. And then you're going to move it over to our selected fields. And then click next. And then click next again. And then click next one more time. And then hit finish. Or finish and then click yes. Okay. Now, again, remember these people are telling you they've done this before, so this is kind of skipping ahead, but you'll come around and see it here in a little later. Okay, so click the units in the stock data type list arrow. So units in stock, and here's the list arrow. And we're going to click number. The only time you'd use number is if you're going to calculate. If you have a phone number, don't use number. You would use short text. Click the unit price data type, list arrow, and then click currency. Okay, now close and save the table. And click the Database Tools tab. It's right up here. Where are we at? Click Relationships. Okay. And notice that this table has organization name and organization name match. So double click the line between the two tables. Click Enforce Referential Integrity. This is something a lot of people don't know to do. And click OK. Now, what has happened is now these two tables, I can actually get information off of both of them, but I don't necessarily have to do one or the other. And imagine if this table had thousands of records on both of them, and then we could cross-reference both of them. That's what they're trying to do with these relationships. So that's the end of up to page 140 and 141, and then the next video will be 142 and 143.